Welcome to Speaking of Stadia. This is episode 20. I am Jacob Porter, and here with me, as more like always now, essentially, is Fiona. How are you doing today, Fiona? Thanks for stepping in.
You're welcome. I'm doing pretty great. Just chilling. I'm shocked that I still have a voice because I had to present the same presentation 4 times today at work.
Sounds fantastic.
It was 45 minutes each time, and I'm like, I'm so happy to be talking.
It's awful. For work, I had to go, I haven't had to in a while, but we had, for this one project, we had to present, at every submission date for this project. Yeah. And, I feel like I'm repeating the same stuff over and over again. Again, it wasn't, the same day, but we either, present twice in the same day for that. But I'm only up I already have 2 slides. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm here. I went all the way to the city, just for this presentation, to sit around for a whole day to talk for a total of 5 minutes. So...
It's one of those it could have been done in an email.
Yeah, I mean they started doing it virtually, and COVID happened, and we haven't done them in a while, but just kind of, yeah. But I'm glad your voice is retained. Also, all the podcasts you've been doing lately too, in general, all the stuff you do. You're a busy person. Hard to. I'm glad you take the time to for us. So, in your busy schedule, what have you been playing? Oh wait! Oh wait! No, I did the wrong one. No.
It's it reminds me of what is it? The Resident Evil 4 It's like, what you buying?
That's
what
the joke. I'm so bad at. Aaron's so much better at this than me. No, that's the joke. I'm bearing the lead on our first headline. It means in the title. So
I've ruined everything.
What's in the title, so it's fine. What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing 3 things essentially. One, a game that came out last week that is on the Epic Store and is free. It's Magic Legends. So I've been playing
Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's that, but Diablo kind of vibe. So you play as a planeswalker. You get to choose out of the 6. I am playing a Geomancer, so I'm a red type, a red person. I specifically use fire damage and more heavy duty melee. And so you play this character, you're going through the I don't know if you noticed my cat. Oh my god, I need to not look I need to not look back there. You'll just see her jump every so often. Just no, so I've been
That's entertainment value.
Yeah, it's entertainment. I'm going to be honest, the tutorial mode is absolutely bonkers long. It's 6 hours probably. I'm still not finished. I don't know.
Awful.
It's awful, but at the same time you get a lot of experience and you get a lot of cards, but the storyline is nuts. I don't understand. And then I was bullied into buying 2 games, and I'm saying bullied because Harv, if you're listening to this podcast, he made me spend a lot of money yesterday. One, I bought Fall Guys for the PC.
Okay.
Because
it's not Epic Game Store now because they bought the subs, right?
I actually got it on Steam because it was on sale.
Okay, because I know they bought Epic. I think Epic bought the developers, right? I think
so.
Yeah, so that's what it was. Okay. But I bought it on Steam first, so yeah.
I bought it on Steam, and then I also got the Overwatch for PC, even though I own both of these on PlayStation. Apparently, since now I have a good PC, I have to buy all these on the PC, on my computer. So I played Overwatch and Fall Guys yesterday, which was a lot of fun. Yeah.
We're watching an old game. Thanks, Avery, for the comment. Yeah, Fall Guys. He enjoys the Fall Guys as well. I've actually never played Fall Guys because I didn't have PS Plus when it launched. I kind of, because of Stadia Pro, I stopped subscribing to PS Plus as a kind of balance out the financials of that. Even though it's not 1-to-1 because Stadia is a little more expensive. But yeah, I watched a bunch of people stream that game. It looks fun overall. Yeah. And Overwatch is a game I haven't played since it came out. Really, I think. I see, my friend group didn't play on PC, although it was cheaper on PC at launch, so that's why I bought it there.
Yeah,
and because of that, I thought it was fun, but I just never got had that friend group around me to keep me interested and keep me going.
Yeah.
But it's a game I might want to go back to, especially once 2 comes out. I mean, granted, I won't be probably get 2, but at least kind of however that happens and whenever that even comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much on the PC because I played it on my PlayStation for a long time and I got it on release. A
Mhm.
friend of mine got it for me at that time and I played it quite a bit at release and I played it for a few months after that. And every so often I'll get into like maybe like a week or two where I start playing again, but then I just kind of branch into another game. But now I probably enjoy it more on the computer. Like even after playing it for just like a few rounds, you have such better like abilities to like focus and like actually I guess that makes sense because your mouse is going to have more like
Yeah,
precision.
I was say, are you do you prefer mouse and keyboard or are you more of a controller?
Yeah, I usually play on controller, but I've heard so many good things about using a mouse and keyboard for Overwatch that I was just like, okay, I'll try it. But honestly, the precision is just so much better with the mouse and keyboard that I don't think I can go back for that like to controller for that game.
See, I'm terrible with mouse and keyboard for shooters, but like I played a little bit more. I played Valorant a bit for a
Mm,
while. 'Cause I'm a big League of Legends person, so
of course.
so yeah, I've actually played a little bit of Valorant with mouse and keyboard, and it got me better with it. I definitely feel more comfortable with it. But like play back in the days playing PUBG,
Nice.
I had like the built-in recoil of me being afraid and like my mouse moving up because I'm like reacting
Yeah.
like physically. So I feel like with a controller, I have a little more control over that reaction, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I've been trying to find time to play games lately. I'm just pulling up one of my Stadia that I've played recently. So actually, I tweeted about this when it happened. I was playing Pixel Junk Raiders,
Okay.
and they have these like a little like sometimes you'll find have you did you play that game at all yet or no?
I have not yet, no.
So it's a procedurally generated game where you get dropped into like a world and it's like desert world and you're trying to like recover survivors. Because the alien race is like taking over this planet. You're trying to like recover them. And this one they had mini quest, and the last person I went to had the last mini quest.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was take out 5 aliens. I'm like, well, I like a lot of aliens spawn in these villages, and once you clear them, they don't respawn. And I saw like 2 aliens to the side. I'm like, okay, I killed those 2, but I need to kill 5. So I wander around the whole map and find 2 more, and can't find a single another one. So I had to just, I mean, I played the game for like an hour plus.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even able to complete the mission. So it was kind of left a sour taste in my mouth of going back to that game.
Yeah.
Even though it's a pretty early like thing, like you have to have a way around that because you can't just make it so like, I mean, it's just that was very odd, and I was kind of put off by that. I went back and like I was looking through old games on Stadia I had played for a bit and hadn't played in a while, and Celeste was one I had not played. I got through like the first 2 chapters and I haven't gone back since then.
Yeah.
So because I never played that on previous to Stadia's release, actually, that was a pro game. So I'm like, okay, I'll go play that. And that game is really good. I really do enjoy the game. It's a game I didn't hook me like it hooked everyone else. It seems like.
Yeah.
But it's still a well-made game, and it runs really well on Stadia in terms of like a really precision platformer and how well that runs on Stadia. It's a really good testament to how well Stadia runs. Honestly, that's one of a good game to show people like how good Stadia is latency wise. I tried playing a game of PUBG because my friends were re-downloading it because they wanted to play it, and then I found out it's not cross-play with PC anymore. And I forgot. I read being an article. I played it on PC, mouse and keyboard when it first released, and now you can't even like. You have to connect the controller. It won't give you mouse and keyboard options.
That's weird.
I do remember now, like afterwards, I'm like, oh, there was an article I remember saying like, oh yeah, they pulled them all with console players now, but it doesn't make any sense. Like why you wouldn't be able to play a PC for that game? It's like that's a PC game. Like and Stadia has mouse and keyboard as an option. I guess I'm not sure if it's like they're having too many issues with mouse and keyboard on Stadia or something, it was just kind of disappointing because I was like getting ready to play with my friends. So then we ended up playing some Outcasters actually, which was his first time playing it. Unfortunately, it was all bots, which is kind of like that's one thing about like it has good bots overall. But it's a Stadia only game the more games that come out, the less in the fan base of Stadia, and especially Outcasters, doesn't keep up. Then that's the one thing with Outcasters is I feel like it's tough to get a full party. Like I played with my friend a few weeks ago, and we were able to get like a full like a game with full playable people, like actual people playing.
Yeah.
But it does seem like it's often bots, which is kind of disappointing. It's a really fun game. I really like Outcast. It's a really clever game. And then I actually went and played Avicii real quick one night because I just wanted to chill for like a half hour before I went to bed, and I was like, "This is a chill game." I was like talking to my friends while I was playing, and while they play PUBG, I was like, I need to go to bed, but I just want to play something still." And that game is I'm actually enjoying that game more than I thought I would.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's a mix of like Thumper meets like Amplitude, if you will.
Okay.
Because there's more moving around. I would say it's Thumper, or at least in my experience with Thumper, is you're kind of on that line. You're just kind of trying to hit the things at the right timing. Where this, you're actually have to like move around a little more, like use the stick to actually move between lanes by like really more or less rotating stuff and everything like that. So it's a little more 3 dimensions to it than Thumper. But the music's, I mean, I'm not a big fan of that music, but there's a few songs that are pretty good in that. It's like it's chill enough where it's like I don't like it's not music I'll go after to listen to, but for a game like I don't mind. Like I love Tetris Effect, and it has the same kind of vibe to me of Tetris Effect where it's that kind of just chill music. So I enjoyed that. And then I actually went and played some Luna.
Oh,
because I've been trying to play that more. I'm like, I have this thing. There's bunch of games I actually do want to play on here. I should try it more. So I actually went and played Yooka-Laylee.
okay.
Yeah, the 3D platformer, like Banjo-Kazooie style game. And that game's it's fine. It's way too easy. It's like I'm not sure if it's just the early level is it's supposed to be easy, but there is like when in a game there's really no threat of death or consequence. I feel like it's kind of, and I died a few times, but it's mostly me being dumb. So it's like, but there's a lot to explore in that world. There's a lot to like collect, lots of little mini games to do kind of inside the world, which is kind of fun. I heard the platformer version that's also on Luna is pretty good too. So I may go and try that. I'm probably gonna buy K's, which we'll get to in a bit for Stadia, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. I was going to, and I'm like, well, maybe I can get some more Google Rewards credit before I buy it and save a little bit of money. But it's like, yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. Lots of, like, not like big chunks of these games, like not like you play 6 hours almost of the Magic game, where I probably played 6 hours total the last 2 weeks. So no, it's been a little while for me. But we can get to our first news article, which I kind of buried the lead on, unfortunately. And it is wrong one. Oh my goodness, I'm a little bit. There you go. Which one? I'll figure it out. eventually. We'll figure
it out. It works.
I'm not great with this so far. So we have Resident Evil. Big Resident Evil news between Resident Evil 7 coming to Stadia. I think it's actually this week, I want to say. Yeah, Monday. Or not Monday. Today's Wednesday. And we have Resident Evil 8 coming to Stadia day and date. And similar to what we got with the Cyberpunk 2077 bundle, we are going to, if you pre-order the game on Stadia, you get a free Premier Edition. So if you're having trouble finding a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series S/X, then yeah, like you and everyone, so many people I know still having issues. Oh yeah, he does know that site. Yes, thank you. Actually a lot of Stadia Source today. I usually jump between Stadia Source and 9 to 5 Google. But yes, Avery should be very familiar with that site. But yeah, the first like 10 articles are all Stadia Source because I went there for a lot of this stuff today.
Nice.
But yeah. So yeah, we got the so the big pre-order, that's a huge deal, I think, to me. I'm glad they're still doing it. I guess while stock lasts. So I saw a lot of people speculating that they think it's them trying to clear stock to do a bundle with the Sabrina or the new Chromecast, the remote, to get rid of the Ultras, which would be nice. I like the ones with the remote preferably, but I think they're just trying to clear things. So 7 is confirmed to be a pro game, which is what you said on the first, which is huge. That should be really cool. Oh, sorry, I think actually. Sorry, I think it's Thursday because Thursday is the first, unless it is not. Unless it is Wednesday.
Oh, Thursday is the first. Yeah, you know what? You
Yeah.
are correct. I keep on.
You know,
Days
I
are
keep
hard.
messing up too. I'm terrible at scrolling through things. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm not. I've watched my friends play a lot of Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
And of course I'm like behind the things. So that's my own really experience with Resident Evil. But I've heard great things about 7, so I'm actually really excited to try it because I'm not a big horror fan, but I'm still willing to try it. What's that reaction about?
I played it.
Do you like it?
Well, okay. So I played the demo on stream, and a demo that should have taken me like 30 minutes took me 3 hours because I was very, very like upset and freaking out. But then I also played the actual game on VR with the headset while streaming.
Which VR?
The PSVR.
Okay.
So I had everything rigged up. I played it on stream. Did not make it very far, mostly because I spent 40 minutes outside of the house saying that this woman isn't worth it. And I was just like trying to get into my car. I just didn't want to go in the house. I'm gonna be honest. And then,
I know what's in there. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, it's just like I already played the demo. I know what that kitchen looks like. Do not make me go into that house. So I'm definitely interested to play it. I'm very excited to play it while not wearing a VR because that was absolutely bonkers terrifying. But I am excited to start playing it again.
I heard they did a very good job of VR.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Like for the early real AAA games supporting VR, it did a really good job. My coworker played a lot of it on VR, was like coming in and raving about it every day.
Oh yeah.
But no, are you interested in? I know you played Dead by Daylight. Do you like scary games typically, or Dead by Daylight isn't really scary. It's like more of the theme than anything. But
I mean, it can get quite scary when you're just like trying to hide, and then all of a sudden, like whabam, the killer's behind you, and you're like, oh crap. But it's a give or take. I play them because I like the story. Like I want to know the storyline of it. But do I enjoy the experience of getting scared shitless? The answer is probably no. But I actually was looking into getting Village, not just because of the 9-foot vampire, but I'm probably I'm
just beautiful.
Like tall girls represent. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, woo woo. So I am gonna get the game on Stadia. I was like questioning where to buy it, especially since I just got my new PC. But I'm definitely gonna get it on Stadia because that just means I get a whole other controller. Because like, how many of these do I need before I'm like, hey, I have too many? Because right now I think I have 4.
I have 4 because Aaron bought me one thinking I didn't have a Wasabi controller, even though the first controller I had was Wasabi controller. So right now I'm lending out 2 of my controllers right now. Although one of my friends, I need to go get it back. I need to go to his house and get it because he's now hiking in the Midwest. So
nice. I was kind of debating buying it and then sending it to my sister because my sister got Stadia, and I'm like, you know what? She doesn't have the controller. I'm not like, we have the family access pass, so she can get access to my games as well.
That's what I'm doing with my I gave the other one to my brother, and another Chromecast Ultra that I got from the where did I get that from? Oh, I got that from the Google Music YouTube Music one. I got the Premiere Edition from that, and I gave him that one.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna do that. And that was gonna be a surprise, but I then realized I'm like, is my sister gonna listen to me on a Stadia podcast? The answer is yes. My sister does listen to my podcast. Awesome. So there you go, Emily.
Better than my wife. She actually might be listening right now. I don't even know. She last time she's like, "Oh, I didn't get the notification that you went live." I'm like, "Well, I got it on my phone."
I'm in the other room.
Yeah, I'm like right there. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's I think the biggest news. I'm glad that they're getting more of these. It shows that they really want to. They are pushing the platform and trying to grow the fan base. Granted, a lot of these people are buying these, getting these are going to be people that already own or into that. That's the one thing. I mean, I'm not gonna get this game because again, I'm not. Maybe I'll try 7 and see if I like it and then get 8. But
for sure.
but like it's helping people that already invested in Stadia get more hardware as opposed to. Granted, it did. I think with Cyberpunk, it did expand the group. We saw even in our Kind of Funny group, we saw people like Travail who are now big Stadia users. And some other ones that less didn't stick, but they still played it and tried it, enjoyed it, or think well of it. So it's a goodwill thing, regardless, I think.
No, for sure. And I think, just like you said, with Cyberpunk, I think it made sure that like it kind of proved that Stadia is a great place to play games, especially new releases, because we saw how well Cyberpunk did on other platforms other than the PC and on Stadia, which quite honestly, if you look at it, yes, there's the PC version, but Stadia as a streaming service doing better than two consoles that were fighting against each other to get releases. Honestly, I think it might get more people interested because they're offering the same deal and they realize like, hey, it's a AAA game and I want a place that actually can guarantee that it's going to probably work well. And we saw how well it went. So I think it's a good place.
Play on your TV for just the price of the game and get a new controller. Whether you keep using it or not, it's still cool. But I think it's honestly become my favorite controller. Like going back to the DualShock 4 is like weird for me.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I could use the Stadia controller that's the one thing that's weird about it. I wish I could use the Stadia controller as a controller for other games too.
Agreed.
Like Stadia supports other controllers, but it's supported outwards, which is kind of frustrating. But because I find it very comfortable now, like it's my go-to.
And I don't find like I have like controller like what is it, fatigue like with my hands. Like I can play with it, like play with that particular controller for a while. I was using my Xbox One controller when I was playing Fall Guys last night, and I almost felt like, okay, I need to like take some time away from this controller after a while, just because of the way that I was. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm so used to the actual Stadia controller that I'm just so accustomed to it, but. Who knows?
Do you have an Elite or is it a regular?
Just a regular one.
Okay. Yeah. So I've heard people say the Elite feels fantastic in the hands, so I wasn't sure. Okay, next article is some big Japanese games coming to Stadia. On top of the already, which I think it's in the new releases, but Dragon Quest, which I'm sure I know you're very excited about.
Yeah.
Or we're very happy about. But so are you more of a JRPG person in general? Or is it just Dragon Quest you really enjoy?
Like I enjoy Dragon Quest. I enjoy other ones as well. I've heard of the ones that are being released. I just haven't played them myself, but since now they're on Stadia, I'll probably move and try to play these particular games as well. Just because I like the storylines, like things like Ni no Kuni and Dragon Quest. They're just like fantastic games. And obviously, as a huge, just a huge anime nerd, stuff like this is just like right up my alley. So,
yeah, what's the anime podcast that you're on?
Oh, who knows how many I'm on? No, I've been on because I was on 2 last week. Yeah, Cross Media Podcast and Anime Nation. Woo!
Ooh. Check her out there if you're into the animes. Exactly. Ys is a game I've always heard of. I just know literally nothing about. I actually know more about Trails of Cold Steel. I've heard great things about both of these series in general, especially Trails of Cold Steel. Like I remember, I think it was Blessing on Kind of Funny was like playing them and really enjoying them. So if I don't play a ton of JRPGs, but I do like them. Like Ni no Kuni is one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Like I love Ni no Kuni, the first one.
Yeah.
2 was not. It was a good game, but it wasn't great. It had a big difficulty spike, which was really tough. Like normal was too easy and hard was way too hard, too much of a grind. So it was not really a good sweet spot where I felt like I was really like. I mean, I ended up playing on normal and enjoying it, but like, it just didn't have that, and didn't have the same heart I think the first one did in terms of like the voice acting was kind of the lack of voice acting really took me out of it. Yeah. But yeah, I like JRPGs. I just haven't played a ton recently, so I'm interested in the Trails of Cold Steel series. That'd be interesting. So they are come on. Some of them come on April 1st. I think are they all April 1st? Oh, so April 9th. We have East. Looks like East is on April 1st. And then the second one is. available this summer when it comes out. The new one coming out.
Yeah.
And then we have Trails of Cold Steel is April 1st for the first one, and then this the third one, and then the fourth one is on April 9th. So the next 2 weeks we'll begin 3 more RPGs, and then another one coming out later this year. So that's
awesome.
exciting. Any features? I mean, they're all full price, I think, except for the East game, the East 8. Looks like that one's 40, and then the East 9 is gonna be full 60 because it's a new game, so that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So I'm not sure what that's 8 and 9. So I wonder. I with most JRPGs, I figure you probably don't need to know the full back history, but hopefully, story up to 8 and 9. Hope they make the barrier entry for new people good, smooth enough, but. And I think that's it. Just this is more like big anime art and stuff like that. So, and then what is next? Just new releases in general. We can shift to. Dirt 5 is a big one that kind of just dropped. Like it's a game we've been waiting for a very long time because that came out back in October. I want to say for other consoles, but we get a random drop. No, just kind of shadow dropped. It was gonna be delayed in general for the port, but it just all of a sudden, hey, it's here. I like racing games to a degree. I played a lot of Gran Turismo like 3 and 4. Yeah. You don't strike me as a big racing fan, but if you are, I mean,
I like Mario Kart.
I was gonna say outside Mario Kart.
No, I keep on meaning to try some out because I think some might be on Game Pass. And I know.
I mean, Forza.
Yeah, Forza. I mean, yeah, Forza exists. But yeah, I'm probably like. It's been one of those games where it's just like if I have other games, I'll definitely play them. But the racing games that I've tried in the past, I have enjoyed. Mm-hmm. It's just not on. It's one of those things where you know it exists, but I never like go towards that game. If someone was just like, "Hey, you want to play this?" I'd be like, "Sure," but I haven't. I honestly am not like, "Man, I love Dirt 4." Like I haven't said like I love Forza. So
yeah, no, I hear you. Like I said, like I know my buddy loves the different off-road games. And I'm trying to get him more into Stadia. Actually, he's always playing with the other night. But he has a nice big PC that he can play games on, so he's probably gonna play it there with a wheel and everything like that. But yeah, but no, Dirt is I've heard good things about the Dirt series in general. That and Project Cars I've heard good things about, but haven't played either of them, unfortunately. I'm trying to think of what else we have coming. There's. Again, I'm not gonna say too long on these pages. Murder by Numbers, which is a game I know literally nothing about.
I was looking into it a little bit, and it's like a mystery game that you have to like get clues. And I honestly was probably going to look I'm probably gonna wait to see what the games of the month are and then go from there because this is it's currently on sale for $9.99 Canadian, and so
six because they're out of England, so Stadia source. So yeah, $6. So it's probably similar to in English. I forget what it is off, but it expires on the
31st.
So so they'll announce it tomorrow. Yeah. So you'll have the day to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. So I like kind of silly games like this. It kind of gives me like almost a like point and click adventure / maybe even like a slight Ace Attorney. Not like you have to go in to do trials, but trying to like find clues and kind of interview people. So I probably play it. But that's because I like quirky games like this for sure.
Yeah. I'm not huge on the visual novel kind of style stuff. I know people love them. I have friends. I have tons of friends that love them. I'm just not. That's not what I look for in a game. I read comics instead. So I guess it's my visual reading of a story.
That's fair.
So yeah, I did want to bring up one game that I didn't pull an article for, but just kind of pull up. I know K's. You should have just grabbed this article, but this is easy. Keys on Wild Masses is a game I'm actually really interested in getting. I was watching actually today. I
Okay.
watched the behind it, but it looks like a really fun, like not quite Sonic, but more like Donkey Kong Country style of platformer, like kind of more punishing, like pretty fast paced. You get different master power as power ups. It's a really beautiful game overall, and it looks like a really enjoyable game. It's $30. So yeah, that's what I'm actually really have my eyes on. It looks. I reached out to them to try to get a code if I could, but heard nothing back, so I'm probably just gonna buy it. And then the other two games, there's actually two more games that came out. Oh, Dragon Quest we already said, and then Terraria, which I think we may have mentioned last time. That was actually it was coming, but it's actually out.
Yes.
That game is a game, and that's a game that I saw a rumor. I probably should have done a rumor mill, but I don't think I did. Did I put that there? I don't think I did. I think I
don't think so.
No, it's so I saw someone rumored on Twitter that it may or may not come to pro. So that's a game that could become the pro. So I guess so. Actually, with the last article, the last one I pulled up, never mind. It was the other one. You mentioned that you think that it might be a pro game. So what do you think will be the pro games this month? Besides, obviously, already 7.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was my guess. No, I'm just joking.
That's my guess. Oh, but yes.
Yeah. Honestly, that's like kind of a difficult.
Like, I'm so curious when we're gonna get Arc, because I feel like they said early, and we're getting closer to the middle of the year now.
Yeah.
Like, I guess maybe is what I'm thinking for Arc possibly, but I'm not like because we're gonna get. I'm not saying that's AAA, it's more AA, but that'd be another big game to get. That would be a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they might do something maybe smaller because we're getting Resident Evil 7 this month. So they might do some of the other, like maybe one of the indie games. That's why I'm waiting for tomorrow, because they might have something like Murder by Numbers as one of the actual Stadia Pro games, because it's a relatively smaller game. But
it's been out for a few. I always look at the games that have been out for released like a year or two ago and are come to Stadia now. Like, and that's one of them. I would say it was in that style of stuff. So
yeah, but I also agree. Like, I could see like at some point Terraria, because it's around that just like
been out for a year and free everywhere at one point or another.
Well, it's almost been out for like what, a decade?
I think so. It's gotta be close to it, if not already.
Yeah, so I would assume that it would be something on the lower end. If they are looking for something maybe bigger, like maybe Doom Eternal, because I know that's around the $30 price range. So something around.
That kind of makes sense because they just had the big the part 2 just dropped, so they make that free. Then they invest in entices people to go get the DLC, since they kind of invest money into it. That's actually a good. If that's not now, that'd probably be within the next 2 months.
Yeah, May, June.
That might be too big of a game.
Yeah, they might wait because they have Resident Evil 7 coming. Because even though Resident Evil 7's been out for 2 years at this point, if I remember correctly, like I think that was a 2019, 2018.
Which one?
Oh, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 2018.
I think so.
Yeah, so they might put it to May for Doom Eternal. So I'm going to say that's probably a cheaper game. They might do some cheap race game or something like that. And then Resident Evil 7. If they decided like, hey, we're just going to be doing Resident Evil 7 this month, I also wouldn't be mad, because that is still.
There's that soccer game that they had. I saw it's like Red Bull like trick taking like soccer game.
Oh, that sounds.
I have a feeling that's going to be like a pro game.
Yeah.
So,
thumbs up.
Yeah. Let's see. Where am I? How those new game announcements. So, some interesting games this time. I'm going to say that much. Zorro the Chronicles announced her Stadia, which is a game obviously not following
Yeah.
Zoro and his escapades, but no, it's looks like more of a kid-oriented game. Yeah, coming this fall, so pretty early announcement. Actually, I'll say the animation looks very good.
It reminds me of Sid Meier's Pirates.
Yes, I get that for
Yeah.
sure. But it's actually surprisingly a good like art style. So that she was interested by that. I haven't watched anything about it.
Neither have I.
Yeah, so if you're interested in Zorro, if you're a big fan of Zorro, go for it. And then the big announcement we got, which was a big surprise thing to a few people, was the Life is Strange Remastered Collection confirmed for Stadia, and the new game it will be coming out. True Colors, which will be coming September 10th, 2021. It's going to be on Stadia too. So really big news. I think I have one of the games I got free on like probably Epic Game Store or something like that. I just haven't played yet. Probably the first one. So the collection is definitely interesting for me. I know I said don't play like visual novels, but like it's just kind of more of a like. No, I want to say, what would you call this genre? It's not a walking sim.
No,
but it's not like it's like a living story. Like I mean, like
I feel like I would agree because like the story progresses when you move. Like when you move around the story and you interact with certain things, the story progresses. So I could see that being the type of genre. Like I've never I personally haven't played Life is Strange or any of the games yet. I like you, I think I own them on either PlayStation or I might even own them on Steam. It's one of those kinds of
you got the Humble Bundle ones and like
but I know it's like it's an adventure.
Like,
it's an adventure.
It's like adventure game. It's probably adventure. Yeah, adventure's probably the right genre.
It's an adventure story simulator. Ooh.
Yeah, like have you? Well, yeah. Have like did you play any of the Walking Dead games or?
Yes.
Or not? Okay. So like I mean, so that's I played the bit of the first like 2 episodes because they were like free on PlayStation. Of Walking Dead. But that was it. Like I didn't get sucked into that one either. Even though I like The Walking Dead just fine. But
it's like a Telltale game for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But its own like take on it. I've heard really good things about the story. It's really well done. So definitely something I want to look out for. Does it say when the collection is coming? Collections also all the 10th. Okay. So the whole thing on September 10th. Cool.
Nice.
Cool. And then let's go to Out Now, which I think this is kind of like I already had this there. What else do we have on that? I think it was just that I had there. So that was a kind of rehashing of what we talked about. Nice. Go play it. It looks beautiful. I've only heard great things about it, and it's still on sale. So go. I think it's like 31 US or something like that. It's not a big discount, but it's a discount nonetheless.
It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I think next is. I think I skipped there's a few things that don't have headlines. Okay, that's what it was. I'm really good at hosting. I miss Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Come back. I'm so bad at this.
Aaron, come back.
Exactly. This is actually got a bigger one for Stadia. Because even though begrudgingly they said I was listening to I'm not sure if you listened to the Giant Bombcast or Beastcast. I'm a big fan of the Beastcast, and they mentioned this game being delayed. And of course, they had to say it's coming to PC and Stadia. But they kind of had a little tone that says Stadia. But this game was supposed to come out like next month. Yeah. In April, I want to say. And now it's getting pushed for April. It's supposed to be April 22nd. And now it's getting pushed to August 17th. So now it's still, it feels a lot longer, but it's actually really only 4 months. No. It's not a huge delay. August just feels like it's fall and it's still in spring. So it just feels very far away, but it's kind of like summer really.
Yeah, I keep on
August
forgetting
is
it's March, to be honest. So I keep on thinking
yeah,
it's like January, and I'm like,
and it's
wow,
all
that's so long far away. But
it's,
nope.
it's been a very long January. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
But yeah, human. Are you a Civ fan or
I
no?
am. I really, really enjoy Civ. I played 4 and 6 a lot.
Okay,
Um,
I've heard good things about 6. I mean, everyone goes that 5 is like the default for a lot of people.
yeah,
But I've heard great things about 6 now. They had a rough start, but then they've balanced that a bit, from my understanding, to the recent patches.
yeah. No, I apologize. It was 5 and 6 I've played because I always, for some reason, in my head count 5 as like Beyond, and no one talks about
Okay,
Civilization Beyond. I mean, at least in the people I talk to, they never talk about Civ Beyond. So
okay.
yeah, I've heard really good things about Humankind. I know that
Did
there was like a
did you jump in the demo at all or no?
my boyfriend did, and he enjoyed it. Um,
I tried the demo because I like RTSs. I'm a big like Age of Empires, Age of
yeah,
Mythology person. I like Stronghold as well. Stronghold Crusaders is the one I played the most of the
for
Stronghold
sure.
series. Um, so I tried jumping into Humankind, not really knowing how the Civ games work. I like
Okay.
understand like the general idea of Civ and how it functions, but I didn't know like the mechanics of it.
Hmm.
And the tutorial was terrible for like trying to get you to understand what's going on. Either I'm really dumb, which is very possible, or it just didn't do a good job of explaining what to do in the game. So that was kind of tough, honestly. The game looks cool. I've heard good things about for people that are big Civ fans saying this looks like a good enough take that's not just copying and pasting what Civ does. It seems like it does
Yeah.
something at least a little different.
Yeah. It sounds
Um,
like they need to have like a what is it? Like not demo, my goodness, but like a introduction to the game, and then it's just like two options. It's just like I need to go through this, or I've played Civ before. And if you click Civ,
exactly.
like you can go right into the game because I know
I'm comfortable with this genre. Like I know this genre, or I don't know this genre at all. Please teach me.
yeah, because it's not like is someone who's played Civ, even it can get really challenging. And I can only imagine how difficult it is for someone who's not played it before and tried to play that type of genre because you're overwhelmed with, okay, I need to place my city, and then, oh, I need to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and why are other people like advancing more than me? And should I
What
be putting,
resources should I be going for?
yes,
And
they need to have a step-by-step instruction on how to do it for people who haven't played it before.
I mean, they had some like it was like step by step. Like some of it, like they weren't like flashing what you actually needed to do to like I guess brightly enough. Like it wasn't like obvious what I needed to do next. They're like what they were like trying to walk me through. Like the first few steps, like okay, move them over here, and then get you. If you stop here, you get this resource,
Yeah.
and then you can build this thing here. And then I'm like, now what do I need to do? And then it's like I'm not seeing any of like the big pop ups saying, "Oh, do this, do this." Like they all went away. I'm like, am I missing something?
Mm.
And it was very frustrating. So I hope they smooth that out. Obviously, once the game comes out, and if they had a tutorial for that, so let's hope they figure that out.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, and then I think after that we just had we have a bunch of actually more than rumor mill. So we have some rumors. This is a genre or a series I have no familiar with. And obviously, of course, massive speculation warning. This is all speculation for the next 2 or 3 articles. Stadia spotted a Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD remaster. Stadia was spotted on there. The logo. So yeah, we got the sign up to receive updates for Shin Megami Tensei.
Nice.
The big five as they call them.
The big five.
The big five that rolls off the tongue. So no, I mean that's still big to have that's showing there. It's very promising.
Yeah.
I forget who this is published by. There's no publisher information.
Oh, let me see. I think. Wow, of course.
So I'm just curious if it's if they've already. It's a publisher's already been
It's
on there.
Atlas.
It is Atlas. So I'm trying to think. Well, no, we're getting some not Atlas games, but we're getting Sega games with Judgment in
Yeah.
April. So
Um,
that makes sense that they would be. I mean, their own Atlas is owned by Sega, so I'm just trying to think of like what publishers have worked with Stadia, and
that makes sense. Yeah, there's it appears that like the series as a whole has had like Atlas, Sega, Namcom, P Studio, Cave, and a number of other studios as well. There is Intelligent
on Stadia
Systems.
or
No, this is specifically on Megami Tensei.
they've been under a
Tensei.
bunch of different
Yeah,
publishers.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, and just so you know, we in the comments, I think Rouster, I think that's how you say that, said that people had similar issues with the demo for Humankind, so it wasn't just me. So
Yeah.
it was just very, very bad. But yeah, I'm glad to see more Atlas games coming. I mean, it'd be great if we're not gonna get Persona like any of the Personas I can imagine, but one can always dream. I have Golden and I have my Vita, and I have not played it yet. So, because as a normal gamer, you buy games just to look at them and just not actually play them. That's how we like to collect things and not play games. Unfortunately,
That is what my Steam library is.
Exactly, yeah. So I stopped trying to. I've gotten better recently, last like year or two. But like, I'll buy a new game when I beat a game, or at least to get like most of the way through a game where I feel like I've done enough in it. Like,
that's where I am right now because I keep on saying I need to finish Immortals, and if I finish Immortals, I will allow myself to buy Attack on Titan 2: The Final Battle, which is a game on Stadia.
How far into that are you?
I'm just about to get Athena. So I only have one god.
Okay, so you just unlocked. Aphrodite. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I need to go do that.
And I already told Aaron this when we were talking about. I told him about because I finished the game. I definitely, even though you can go wherever, I definitely think you should go clockwise around the island.
Makes sense.
And on Ares, just because there's a character that appears in the Ares story that is only at the end of the game. So like, even though you can do it, he did Ares first after Aphrodite. He did Aphrodite then Ares.
No,
you can just climb that mountain face and do it. You can do it absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
They definitely make it hard to do it, but you can. So like, there's a character that you meet in that area. Just on our topic of buying it. But all 3 Witcher games on Steam for $11 just because it was such exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he went that way, and like, yeah, there's a character that's like you're not going to see for a while. Just an FYI. Yeah. So I definitely go the clockwise way. I overall enjoyed the game. I really think it was a really fun, light, easy game to go through. I spent about 40 hours, I think, total to finish the game. I was kind of taking my time a bit, so if you wanted to mainline, you could probably do it faster than that. But it's a game where you just kind of like to wander around.
Yeah, I keep on meaning to go back to it, but then I keep on buying other games, so I need to stop. Yeah. I just need to stop buying games. But then it's just like, oh, you should buy this game, and I'm like, oh, peer pressure. I'm really bad at that.
Tough.
So.
Yeah. Especially like as the more you stream and you do like me doing a podcast, I feel like I should buy Case because I want to talk about more games than on Stadia. Right. And no, it's definitely struggle is definitely real with that. Yeah, it's tough. So another game which I'm sure you're really going to be excited for. I know I'm excited. So we have Real Farm.
Oh wow! Absolutely.
Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. It's actually from the same publisher, I think, and developer. I think it's the same developer as K's in the Wild Mask. So that's
okay.
So yeah, apparently this is apparently the Stadia logo has been removed from the website. So it could be there wasn't meant to announce it, or there was an error, or they're just trying to hide it. But yeah, apparently the Stadia logo ended up on the bottom. Now, not with the buy now, it's in the Switch, but that looks like it was definitely not by error.
Yeah, I don't think that doesn't look. No, not at all.
No, that looks like someone forgot to dash out this / this part of the code in the web code. I'm not sure web code does that, or if that's only like C and Java and stuff like that to do /. But yeah, definitely coming. Actually looks more like a sim. Is it more like a sim version of like, I know it's a simulation game, but like, is it more like the like Sim City like farming, or is it like a sim farming game? Like, because like I can get down with a Sim City style like farming game. I could do that. I played a lot of City Skylines, and that game's fantastic. So,
well, like I'm gonna be honest, there was I think probably a 4-day stretch where I just played Euro Truck Simulator, and I just drove around listening to like, because in that particular game you can listen to European radio, like British radio. So I just sat there and listened to
like
British
live radio.
Yeah, live radio. So I was listening to BBC.
That's pretty cool.
And like pop music from Europe for like days, and I was just happily just driving around Europe as if nothing was happening. And I could probably.
So you like racing games then? You like driving games?
Like a large semi truck, just like choo. I mean, you could race.
I've heard they're very relaxing.
They're like, if you want to find a way to like calm down, just put one of those games on and just put on it's like I said, it's live radio. Like, it's just like, it's March 29th, blah blah blah, and then you're
that's like, cool. I mean, I love driving in general. I mean, when my wife and I started dating, she was living 6 hours away from me in Cape Cod. So like every other weekend I was driving up there. It's 6 hours each way. So yeah, I was leaving my class or my 6 to 9 class early at like 7 o'clock, my coding class actually. And then driving up to Cape Cod, getting there at 2 a.m, staying there for the weekend, and then driving back sometimes at like 9. I was leaving at 9 a.m. 5 a.m. on Monday morning to get to my 11 o'clock lab.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how my college life was for like a year.
Nice.
I was driving up to Massachusetts to go see my now wife, so it was worth it.
Oh man. Okay, so I just watched a trailer, and you literally, yeah. So it is. I don't know if I'm tempted. I'm actually tempted to get this game. So you actually like get into the vehicles, and you drive around, and you you go through and you.
Have you played Farming Simulator? It's on Stadia.
No,
it was one of the first pro games on Stadia. It was Farming Simulator.
I own it. I have not played it,
and I think it's by the same people that do the truck ones.
I might have to do it because it's just calming. You just like get to pretend like you are a farmer, or you get to play a truck driver.
Yeah.
Mind you, I would never work on a turbine in any of these like machines because they're absolutely terrifying. But
I joke with my wife that she should play Farming Simulator since she works with lots of farmers.
I mean, she should. It would be fun.
Yeah. Where's the publisher of this? Giant Software. And what other games they do?
You can drive down the street in a tractor. This is literally living in rural Nova Scotia. That's essentially what happens. You just get stuck behind a massive tractor, and you can never pass them because it's like a road that should probably only be a one-way road that has like a split down the road, and you're like, you can't pass it because you can't pass a tractor unless you want to die. So you're just slowly like chugging. We're like choo choo.
Sounds terrible.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. My past self thanks you.
Yeah,
for all the times I got stuck.
I live in a lot of farmland where I live. I'm in the mountains, but it's actually a lot of farms, and every so often we'll have different tractors and whatnot on the road where like you can usually pass them, but sometimes it's on major highways where it's like it's not like great to do it. Like they'll go down like one big road. It's it's lots of fun. Or just cow. Like sometimes there's like animals in the road. I mean, we have tons of deer I gotta avoid, but yeah. Never slow tractor trailers that block the whole road, unfortunately. Fortunately, whatever you want to say. Yeah. Trying to see what is next. Okay, so we're wrapping it up. We're going towards the end. I say we have like only like 5 more tabs I have up. Okay, so we have, and this is a quick one, just another little deal that Lenovo is now collaborating with Google Stadia. They've done a few of these with like the Chromebook one they did, the 3 months of Pro with a Chromebook. That's actually why my friend got into Pro because of it for the 3 months extra. So yeah, I'm a big Lenovo fan of laptops. Actually, I have 2 Lenovo computers on my desk on top of each other right now because my work computer is Lenovo and my personal laptop is Lenovo.
Nice.
So yeah. So if you haven't, I think it's just the IdeaBook series in general. The Lenovo Legion and IdeaPad gaming PCs receive 3 months of Stadia Pro. So if you are in the market for a new laptop, look at Lenovo if you're a big Stadia fan.
Yeah.
And I've been so bad at holding the banner has been up for like way too long. Pro deals, there you go. Now we got an APK teardown, which I think is the right article. Yes, it is. So this is from 9 to 5 Google. It's an interesting one. The 3.9 prepares touch gameplay. Says player notes and Android TV app. Actually, I'm actually didn't read about. I know about the other 2. I did not read about the player notes, so I'm actually excited about that one and what it could be. The touch controls is interesting because this one's actually apparently tied to what I actually think maybe one of the first games that I might use it would be Terraria. Actually,
yeah,
it's actually using like actual touch in the game to move it, like it was like a Terraria has a phone app, so like you can use it like as a phone app, which is kind of cool. Here's some of the lines of code they found. Enable direct touch. This game supports direct touch and play games without controller by tapping, swiping, or pinching elements on the screen. You can connect the controller via Bluetooth, USB, or linking the code on the home screen. So it's just another way of people playing it. That's how they prefer to play it. Some games, I feel like Terraria would do well with this, honestly, as opposed to like using a pseudo controller like format when it's a game that is made also for Android. So I think it's really cool to see that implementation for certain games.
No, that's awesome. And I'm interested to see, I'm kind of hopeful because they're going to be releasing the Google Pixel 6 later on this year. And they're going to be introducing the XL series again. Thank goodness, because I need a new phone.
Thank God. My phone's going to need to be updated around then as well. So yeah. I was looking at I'm a big one. I have a OnePlus 7 Pro. I was looking at the new OnePlus 9 Pro. I'm definitely gonna wait to see if again later on if they do the 9T or the Pixel 6 because I like the stock Android feel. I love like, and the OnePlus OS is like they do take the stock Android experience and make it a little bit better. They add some more bells and whistles. And some of them are actually funny. The thing is, like some of those features are finally rolling into stock Android.
Yeah.
Like some of the screenshot stuff you can do and some different things. So it's cool. But I like having the clean look, but a little more features.
Yeah, absolutely.
Player notes. This is what I wanted to see. Interesting one was yes. This is exactly what I've been like asking for the longest time. If you go back like all the episodes we talked about the app breakdowns. I add people on Stadia and I have no idea who they are. I use this a lot on League of Legends actually because League of Legends people's character names and they don't always have. So I'll usually like add a player note and say like who their name is or like how I know them. Like it's people I've added from the Kind of Funny group on League. I'm like this person from League or from Kind of Funny or just like. Because like it's example on PlayStation, we have the ability to put your real name as in your friends list as opposed to your PlayStation name. Yes. So having something that can kind of replace that is really useful because me looking at who is Cool Kid 99, like I have no idea who that is off the glance. Like unless I memorize your username. No.
Yeah.
So this is a well-needed addition. Very excited.
Absolutely. I don't have too many friends on Stadia, but I do prefer having like the actual names listed. So it'll definitely help in the long run.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, I've added people like just people from the community on Twitter, their accounts. So
Makes sense.
yeah. So like those people, I'm like, I have no idea. Like unless it's like literally your Twitter name, I have no idea who you are. So like people like Eddie or Jem obviously are very easy because it's just their names. But yeah, and then we get I missed this one. Player capture upgrade.
Okay.
So beginning of minor tweaks, the player capture currently only controls the video capture playback, play pause, share, and delete. Oh, so more features in the app in terms of watching videos. It looks like work towards party chat. So party chat, I think this is because there is already the party voice chat, but I think it's just like having a group chat feature, like a texting chat. I was want to say I keep seeing things about this overall. I don't fully get it, but your current party should appear alongside friends and messages. So in the Stadia's social panel. So yeah, I think it's supposed to be more like having a group like chat, like a text message chat kind of thing going on.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like they have on all the platforms at this point. So
yeah, it makes sense.
Finally, Android TV app, something we've been waiting for a while because a lot of TVs have Android TV, and getting that on them would enable a lot more users to be able to play on their TVs and not have the Chromecasts and just need controllers, like they kind of promised at the beginning to a degree. But yeah, it's I don't have Android TV unfortunately. I actually in the market to get a new TV this summer because I think we're going to be redoing my basement. So I'm kind of between a TCL, which has Roku, or a Sony Bravia TV, which has Android TV. But it's like a $300 difference between the two TVs. Like, is it worth the difference in price? I don't know. I got to look at that when it gets closer. There's a good deal. But I do want to get Android TV. And then also this would also bring it to the new Chromecast as well, because the new Chromecast is based on Android TV, I believe.
I think it is, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So that'd be big in terms of finally getting it on both all the Stadia, the Google Chrome products or TV products.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that they haven't added this option earlier. I know they have it a lot with the Chromebooks, but
I know you can side load it onto like Android TV. I know people have got it working that way. Same thing with GeForce Now, people sideload that too. So it's like on your phone installing a third-party app, kind of how it does it. I've heard it works fine, but it's not like perfect. At least that's the last time I've seen anyone I've heard about it working on Android TV.
That makes sense.
But yeah, that'd be awesome to see. Speaking of the OnePlus 9. Okay, and then we have this is a good feel-good little article about Stadia Games and Entertainment opens some of their dev tools for cloud gaming to the open source them. So that's just honestly there's not much to it. Just hey, like we're shutting down this thing. We did a lot of research on it. Here's all of our information used to make games better. And I think it's good on them to do it. Yeah. So you see certain I know Tesla did put a lot of their charging tech out in open source. Like when you have a new tech, it's good to really what's going on? Oh no.
Rest in peace, camera.
I know. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. It says also I got notification it seems like your camera was unplugged. Did my USB port just die?
Now I'm talking to a white circle. What?
Oh no! What am I doing? Okay, I want to try. Hopefully this doesn't break my internet. Let's try this port. Oh goodness! Is my camera just completely crapped bad? Okay, well we're just gonna continue for now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't need to see my face. You got Fiona's beautiful face to look at instead of mine. No one wants to see his beard anyway.
What? That's a lie.
So no, it's just good overall little thing they're doing. I wish I had more to say about it. Just glad that they're doing this. What's it say here? Update points us to tools made by P4. Okay, yeah, that's it. And then the last little bit is just, I believe, I like my little wrap up stuff here. I want to do this real quick. This is actually from a kind of funny best friend. This article is actually in Spanish, but it's a Google translated automatically.
Oh, nice.
Christian Aguilar. He's I've talked to him all the time. He's a big supporter of mine. I try to support his stuff. So he said, I put an article out on Stadia, and he sent it to me. I'm like, I'm making the doc right now for this tonight's show. So thank you for sending it to me. I'll shout you out. So check out his stuff at Ultima. Especially if you're Spanish, it doesn't mean that it's translating, but it is all in Spanish. He's from Honduras. So yeah, he talks about it's a little shout out of who are those people here?
Who are those people?
Who are those people? It's terrible. Like, what am I doing right there? But no, it's just pretty much just like his he Stadia is not available down there, unfortunately. I talk to him all the time. I try if I could. But just his why he's not a fan of Google Stadia. Let's talk about it overall. Shouts us out, and then just talks about hope he leaves this mark, and he wants to. He doesn't want cloud streaming to go on. When Stadia was originally announced, he was actually pretty. When he heard about it being 4K, he's like, okay, they're taking it seriously. I want to try this. Unfortunately, hasn't had the opportunity. So go give him a read, whether you agree with him or not. I like to support my friends. So
that's awesome that he made an article about it. Unfortunately, they I'm hoping to see that Stadia goes to countries that they might not have access to at the moment, because especially with PlayStation and PlayStations and Xbox are so difficult to get at the moment, that it's really awesome for people to have access to Stadia, because it's just a whole other option. Just because I know before I got my computer, I wasn't able to really play any games, so having access to Stadia really improved my gaming experience. And so I'm hoping to see this be optional for other countries in the future, because I know a number of people who are not very happy with Stadia at the moment. It's because they're not in the country that supports it, which is not so great.
Oh, I have myself muted.
Woo!
I was trying to figure out my camera stuff while you were doing this. I cannot get my camera to turn back on.
Okay, well, now you are a...
Yeah, unfortunately. So
you're a meeple.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a talking circle.
Yeah.
I had pulled this up real quick. This was the same article but different thing. Okay, never mind. This is real quick at the end. This is my little wrap up of the. I like to go through their change logs real quick every so often, because I think they do a pretty good job of running it down. Which one is it? I want to go through this one first. This one's older.
Yeah, for sure.
They kind of give a quick hey, here. I like to go through talk about updates for games that often, but they do kind of talk about shout out real quick things. So Lost Out Legion does get its multiplayer fixes, because it had some issues when it rolled out. The Marvel's Avengers lays out its 2021 roadmap for better or for worse.
Thumbs up.
Have you played Avengers or no?
I have not.
I know Aaron had, and he played it on PlayStation, of course, because Spider-Man.
Of course.
Yeah, and so I'm every time I see it on sale, I'm like, oh, I'll buy it on Stadia. It's but then Spider-Man, and I never. Then I just don't buy it. So. Yeah,
I the. My goodness, I cannot. The Hawkeye stuff is interesting, but I think the honestly one that kind of got me interested, and I might try it out, is the War for Wakanda. That has Black Panther, because Black Panther is super awesome. Yeah. Also, one of the girls, I think it is actually the girl that's in the Cosmic photo in The Summer and Beyond. She reminds me of one of the girls from, Until Dawn. She looks like one of the sisters.
Okay.
Have you ever played Until Dawn before?
I have not. Who Sorry, I'm like as I go through this. Trying to
Yeah,
remember who
she
this
looks
is.
like one of the sisters. It's twins until dawn.
Who's this supposed to? I'm trying to see who it's supposed to be. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't like. I should know this. Yeah, she looks like Hannah.
Okay.
And Beth from If you see a photo of them, you'd be like, yeah, that looks exactly like them. But no.
What's crazy is the Wakanda stuff was supposed to be out like now, like December, and now it's coming out a year later. That's just freaking wild to me.
I think it's due to the death.
But a whole year for a delay. I mean, good. I understand like respecting him, but like a whole year is a long time to have this stuff already done, and just like kind of like, hey, we're gonna do this later. It's kind of wild. I like Hawkeye a bit. I read a bit of the Matt Fraction, David. I'm going to pronounce his last name wrong, so I'm not going to try.
For sure.
But yeah, their run of Hawkeye with Kate and him, is really a fun book.
No, for sure.
So yeah, but then I'm curious what character. I'm trying to think of what even character this is.
Let me see.
Yeah, figure it out. So
Cube Marvel.
You're not gonna get what you want with that. That's a terrible.
You know what? You are correct.
Cosmic Cube. You're gonna MCU up the. But
yeah, that is 100% what happened.
Yeah. Well, I'll figure that out. I'm gonna keep moving. Doom Eternal. We get I said part 2. Like I said, that it's a good. The add-on is $20. For the Doomslayer edition. So again, I would love a Doom Eternal. I mean, it's only been a year, so that's why I'm hesitant on that. But that'd be great.
Absolutely.
And then Risk of Rain 2 teases major update for its I think it's anniversary. Is it the anniversary? March 2X 2021. So that actually may have already had something announced about it. I'm gonna check their Twitter right now while we're here. I'll have that loading up.
Nice.
And then Uno Ultimate Edition arrives. The game you were all waiting for, Uno
Absolutely.
Ultimate Edition, finally here. I think they added some sort of like Phoenix. Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, the Golden Isles, a new card game with Uno's Phoenix Quest.
What?
Yeah, new game mode featuring Phoenix. So if you have that Ubisoft Plus, get on that.
Nice.
I'm assuming it's with Ubisoft Plus because I think the base game was.
Yes, it is. You have to log into it to play.
Oh, okay. And then Dragon Ball Z Universe 2 gets new legendary pack for those people playing that. Gods Will Fall gets an update for March 2021. This is a game I kind of want to play too. I was like, there's so many games I want to play, but I'm never gonna get to them. I'm trying to see if I can pull up.
Yeah, while you're bringing it up, it's Monica Rappaccini.
Okay,
she's the main antagonist of the game.
Okay. Ooh. I do not know that name. I like Marvel, but I like comics, but I don't follow tons of like the past stuff. So, but Gods Will Fall is a game that looks really beautiful. I was hoping they had better artwork so I could just show it off, but in that article there. And Assassin's Creed free update for Valhalla. So that's that. Yeah. And then we got more stuff over here, which we already went through the games, but then we have new Outriders stuff. Outriders release time. I think it actually gets on Stadia a little bit earlier because it's a PC port, not a console game. I want to say something that like it's weird because like how the regions are announced, like we get it a little bit earlier somehow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, but yeah, day and date, which is huge, and we're. Have you played the demo for that at all? I know Aaron was liking it from the way he played of it.
I personally haven't. I've heard mixed reviews about the demo, mostly from the guys over at PS Trophy Room, when they were showing a little bit more during the conference a few weeks ago, if I remember correctly. But I think it's. I'm probably going to try it because. Okay. Welcome back.
I couldn't see the button on the bottom. Like in the camera mic settings, it didn't show me as an option to turn it on, but then I just turn it on. So we're back.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, trophy room.
Yeah, they were saying that they had kind of mixed reviews about it, and how it played in the demo, in the beta. So I'm interested to try it out because I do like the idea of the magical aspect of it. Obviously it's not going to be like some crazy like spell casting everything, but I'm interested to see how it goes, and probably I definitely will play it because I know some people who are, but yeah.
Games of service though are just tough for me because they just eat up so much of my time, and then I never have time for the other games, and then
That's
it's like
true.
I mean, you have more free time than me, so that's by all means do you. I just being a dad and having I have 8:30 to like 10 I can play games, and like half the time I'm like trying to figure out what game I want to play, and then I hang my wife for a little bit, and then so I kind of lose a lot of my night with my daughter, which isn't a bad thing, but just time.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Humankind getting delayed a few months.
We did.
That is a Sega game too. I didn't realize that was Sega.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Cool. We did get it was an anniversary update. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
next anniversary update. So I said I figured it would probably have it. It says because it said 2x, so had to be soon. Immortals: Phoenix Rising Mists of the Eastern Realm. I've heard. I read a review on this. I'm upset that it wasn't as good. Apparently, they didn't do much with the characters with it. But I'm glad they did. Like it was. They said it was like fine. Like it's fine.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not great though. It doesn't do anything super new.
Okay.
Besides a reskin. But no, I mean it's still cool that they did it. I'm glad they're like again. It's the thing like. I'm actually like low key really excited about, even though I don't follow like not a big Souls like fan
for sure.
But that game Wukong,
okay,
I forget. It's a black. What is it called? Okay. A Black Myth Wukong.
okay.
If I didn't unplug my keyboard, I just pull it up right now. But the game looks the game looks absolutely beautiful. I recommend looking up. It's like not a lot of games explore Chinese mythology or Chinese culture in general. I think it'd be really cool to see that a little bit more in games, like more representation for that. Especially so many games are made in China, made for China, and we don't really see much of that. So. The game it plays kind of like it's I think by the same makers of Neo. I want to say I could be wrong there. Or like very Neo-like, more Neo-like than it is Souls-like, but they're all kind of like adjacent. But yeah, just general like I like mythology and just the mythology. The game looks really cool. I'm like, oh wow, like this mythology actually looks really really interesting. I can see myself getting drawn into this story. So.
No, for sure. And I find that we like, at least in Western culture, they always like focus on the European history, and that they don't really like, yeah, we know like as a anime nerd and just like a Japanese nerd, like I know some of it, but still there's like a lot of like Asian cultures, like Chinese, Japanese, Korean.
I mean, Japanese we can know the most of it because anime and Japan is a very sought after thing because of that. Like that culture from anime.
And so even people who are like a huge fan of like JRPGs, they might put some like actual research into Japanese history, but for like Chinese history, and I think a number of other Asian countries, and my apologies if we were going, I think
like
it's
Thai and everything, Filipino,
so it's fun to see that they're going to be introducing some of the like myths and legends, and I'm hoping to see a lot more of it because I'd love to learn about it.
Exactly. That's like I know you're a big Greek mythology fan, so like I've always find those settings interesting. Even like India, I think would be really cool too. Like, I feel like there has been more on India, especially because India is also big, like kind of like for like low end tech. So. I know, like, I feel like a lot of gaming could be done in that area as well. This is not really a Stadia news, but Ember's getting, kind of getting crossplay, but it's called coming to other consoles now, so it's gonna be on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. I did not mean to click that. That should not have been hyperlinked. But yeah, so that was just. Did you ever try Ember?
I did.
Okay.
It was chaotic.
Yes, very. I've only played by myself, but even by myself, it's chaotic because I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I think the game has potential. I think it controlled very clunky. It's very, very clunky controls in terms of like. I feel like it's very overly precise about like where I need to be positioned. So I feel like I was like falling off the ladder or falling off roofs because like I was like just on the edge or something like that. But it was definitely a fun game. I can see being fun with. I didn't play it with anyone else, so if I play with people, it'd probably be more fun. But
I played with my boyfriend, and it was incredibly chaotic. And I stole someone's cat, and I threw it into the truck, and we like shipped it away. No, that wasn't the one. That was thinking of the packing one.
No,
I've also played Ember, and I accidentally killed a bunch of people.
Oh, yes, that's normal.
Because we were in a restaurant, and I couldn't find some people, and then I like turned around, and I like on my screen, I turn around because I couldn't find anyone, and I see this person on flames and died, and I'm like, that is and my boyfriend's like,
that's a big L there.
Is it everything okay? And I'm like, I just witnessed a death, and I think I'm going to be charged with murder. And then I like tried to pick up the body so I can move because then I got stuck. Man, yeah, those two I
actually like Get Packed a lot. But speaking of Get Packed, I like that a lot. I think it's really fun. I played a bit with my wife as well.
Yeah.
But it's a game I'd like to play like more of. We actually went back on a few episodes ago. Me and my wife had gone back and played it a little bit more, and it's a game. They're still adding stuff too. Like it wasn't like early access, but they're still like adding content to it. So like there's still more levels coming out. So it's kind of cool to go back and see what they've added since then. That's something I don't see like updates for often enough. So
no, because I feel like they introduced 2 packing games around the same time, if I remember correctly, and then there was Ember.
Yeah, Ember came out like a month later.
Yeah, so it kind of like those games like melded together because they were both like essentially co-op games, at least for me.
The other one was Moving Out. It was Moving Out was a little more overcooked, I want to say, than Get Packed. So Get Packed like it has that same kind of like the same idea of like overcooked, but it's a little bit different.
Ember's just chaotic. Also trying to climb down into someone's basement, and then the basement kept on catching on fire, and then you're like, where is the person? And you're like, why are you in the basement in the corner when the house is on fire? And the person's like, just why
Aaron is gonna be very excited about this news, the 7 Deadly Sins. Have you ever seen the movie 7?
Yes.
Okay, because 7 Deadly Sins, it's essentially the same. Yeah, so pretty. I do not like horror. Like horror, it's more of a thriller, but I like 7's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it is.
So I think it's a cool setting for Hitman. Probably it's just reworked levels. It's not like a whole new like DLC, but
okay.
But still, it's still new. If you want to go back to that game, more reason to do it. I've heard great things, especially from Aaron. And then games coming to Stadia. We already talked about those.
Yeah.
And no, that's it. So yeah, that is all for that. So now that my face is back, so what? Where can the good people find you?
People can find me here every so often, but they can. Woo!
Hopefully, we don't need to tap on the shoulder as often as we have been, but we love having you.
Yes, well, I love being here, and I hope the next time I'm here, Aaron's here as well, so we can all chat up games. I am also over on Point in Progress over on YouTube, so we're also on YouTube right now. You guys can check out all the craziness. This week I was replaced by Theodore Tugboat. If you're a Canadian, you know what Theodore Tugboat is. It is a Canadian cartoon classic it's literally a show about a tugboat and all of his friends. From Halifax, which is the city I'm currently living in. So we talk about a bunch of nerdy stuff. I mention anime and everyone's size because here's Fiona talking about anime for the upteenth time. But it's a lot of fun. I would really recommend you check it out. I was also on 2 anime podcasts last week. One, I was on the Cross Media podcast talking about the last season. Well, technically, last season part 1 of Attack on Titan, because they just announced that the part 2 of the final season is coming out in the winter 2022, which does not mean next year. Like, okay, I'm going to explain this. So it's December 2021 to March 2022.
Yeah.
A lot of people got really upset because they're like, why do I have to wait over a year and a half? I'm like, no, dum-dums. Like, I get it, but it's going to be releasing in January.
People think November is winter.
Yeah.
Really, it's really mid-December to March is
correct. So it's going to be this it's going like they haven't announced specifically what day, but they're saying probably late December, early January is when they're going to be releasing the second portion.
They got some time to lock down the date.
Yeah, they have time. Like the group Mappa is going like balls to the walls this season because they also did things like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man and a bunch of other ones. So you can see me there. We also talked about the spring season of anime over on Anime Nation, and we talked about a bunch of things that are releasing like Zombieland Saga Revenge, and we have a whole bunch of other ones. I specifically mentioned that one because that was the season 2 of an anime I just watched, but there's, I guess, My Hero, guys, congratulations. My Hero has a season 5. I am not a My Hero fan. I watched one episode and I haven't watched it since. And
I've heard it's very good. I have not watched it either. If I'm gonna watch anime now, it'd probably be the one I go to just because it's been so highly recommended.
Yeah.
As someone who used to watch a fair amount of anime and hasn't watched anime and like actively watch anime in like 8 years. So
I think the problem is I just went through Jujutsu Kaisen is a fighting anime essentially with spellcasting, and it is absolutely phenomenal and highly recommended if you haven't watched it, guys. I know this is a Stadia podcast, but totally watch that anime. And so right now going to like My Hero, which is a little bit more childish in my opinion.
Yeah, it's more like mainstream teenager. I would say that it's the breath it's going for. Like, I mean, I watch a lot of Naruto and stuff like that, which is exactly the same. Yeah, so who hasn't watched Naruto? Let's be honest. At this point, if you watch anime, but yeah, I didn't really venture out too crazy with my anime watching, but typical Toonami stuff. I got really into Hikaru no Go thanks to Toonami.
Okay.
Yeah. And Prince of Tennis. When Toonami went to like online, I watched a ton of both of those.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. So I actually really want to play Go because of Hikaru no Go. Like I started learning how to play Go. So
Go is crazy. I play Mahjong.
Do you play?
Yeah, I play Go and Mahjong.
Mahjong I like. Mahjong is...
Yeah, I play Riichi Mahjong, and I have played Go multiple times. I'm very bad at it.
Once a year I download an app to learn to play it, and then I just get destroyed by bots and then give up on my life. Like the lowest level bots you can put on there, I just get destroyed by them. Like, okay, this is bad. But yeah. I mean, you can find me on Twitter at @TooTallPorter, or I'm mostly, if you see Twitter posts from our Twitter, it's usually me. Sometimes it is Aaron, but it's usually me. I'm probably more active than Aaron on our Twitter. To the point where I comment on Aaron's things from our account. So like, I don't want to switch users. I'll just comment on Aaron's stuff. So
yeah,
you find me there. Thank you again for stopping in. And yeah, thanks for watching. Those who watched. Hopefully, I know we're behind on the podcast feed because I do not know how to upload. I don't have the access to SoundCloud, and Aaron does, and I need Aaron to do it because I can't. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, catch us on the podcast and also on YouTube. So, thanks again, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Woo.